Welcome to the Weekly Spark from Ignite Youth Group out of Eastgate Baptist Church, where we try to keep Christianity on fire in a world that tries to snuff it out. Hello there, gentlemen. Welcome to this week's Weekly Spark. Let's get right into it today. Today we are in Proverbs chapter 10 still, and we are talking about the words we say and overall just the power of the tongue. And it is mentioned a lot in this chapter because Proverbs chapter 10 has 32 verses. And 10 of them have reference to the tongue and to the words we say. So today we're going to be talking about using our words wisely. We need to use our words wisely because our words have power. Our words have power. Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." So people like to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I'm not going to get offended at what they say. You know what? People can say anything and it just won't hurt. That is false. That is categorically false because we see it in life, but not only do we see it in life, more importantly, the Bible says it. The Bible says death and life are in the power of the tongue. And Proverbs 10:11, chapter 10, verse 11 says, "The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life." Verse 21, "The lips of the righteous feed many." Our tongue has enormous power, and James 3 talks about it being a small member. But it's a small member, but no man can tame it. We've been, in James 3 it talks about how all beasts have been tamed, and that's true. If you go to a zoo, you can see, or an aquarium, you can see even some of the largest animals, and they have been tamed, but the tongue can no man tame. And it calls it a poison. It says sets on fire of hell. It is a small member, but boasteth great things. There is a lot of power in the tongue, which is why we need to use our words wisely. It says this in James 3, "Therewith bless we God, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of God. Out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not so to be. Doth a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries? Neither a vine figs. So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh." There's this. Our tongues has the ability to either bless or curse. And since our words have power, I'm going to say this again, we need to use them wisely. And when there's too many words, there is sin. Verse 19 of Proverbs chapter 10, "In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise." That phrase, "wanteth not sin," means lacks not sin. Means when someone is always talking, there's going to be sin there. If someone's always talking, there's going to be sin there. They're going to fall into gossip. They're going to fall into saying things that are, not unloving and hateful. They're going to fall into complaining. They're going to fall into all these different types of sin because they are always talking. And it is better, it says, "He that refraineth his lips is wise." It is better to be silent at times. It's better not to open your mouth. Because remember, death and life are in the power of the tongue. So we need to make sure that we are watching the words we say. And it says that the mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Your mouth can be helpful to people or encouraging, or it can be violent. It says in verse 21, it says, "The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom." Your mouth can feed people wisdom and can help people grow and can help people take their next step and can encourage others, or your mouth can bring them down. Can either build up or bring them down. because there's a lot of power. And like we said, we need to use our words wisely. And also, just with someone who is always talking, the more you talk, the less emphasis there is on your words, less power there is. Because someone who uses their words sparingly and wisely, there is great power with them. Because if people know, okay, if that person is saying something, they have something to say and it is important. But if you're always talking, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf, the boy cried wolf when there was not a wolf so many times, to the point where there was a wolf, nobody believed him. With your tongue, if you're always talking, it can be hard to discern what you're serious about and what you truly mean versus things you are joking about or things that you're just saying just because you're talking. Gentlemen, my challenge to you this week is to use your words wisely because they have power. Don't always feel the need to be saying something, but use your words wisely and use them to build people up. Like I said before, your words have power. And because there's such great power in our words, we need to use them wisely to build people up, to encourage them, rather than tear them down. So, gentlemen, that's my challenge to you this week. I'll see you next week.